Minnesota came down Friday night, and the Heat fell short once again against a above 500 team, even with their star player Anthony Edwards only scoring 13 points. But after the game, Erik Spoelstra has some words that could make Heat fans very hopeful. What's up, guys? Welcome to Heat Digest. I'm Michael Perez, aka G Mike, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking down what Erik Spoelstra said in the post-game interview after we played the Minnesota Timberwolves on Friday night, where we fell short against them. We'll talk about the game itself and our next matchup against the Chicago Bulls on Saturday night. But before we get into that, please do not forget to subscribe and be a part of the 32% who have been showing a lot of love, support, and care for everyone here at Digest Media and at Heat Digest as well. So last night, Friday night, the Heat hosted the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, we fell short 106 to 104. The first quarter, we weren't playing the type of defense that we usually play, starting off in each and every game. It was very lackluster. Minnesota came out and scored 33 points on us while we only had 25. But then we turned it around in the second quarter, played way better defense while only allowing 19 points for Minnesota while we scored 27. Came out at halftime. Both teams were guns blazing, playing good defense and good offense on both sides. 28-28 ending that third quarter. Going into the fourth, it was a very back and forth game before both teams. And then at the end of it, Miami just fell short by 2 points. Now let's look at the stats for the game. While in this game, we didn't have two of our starters playing. Andrew Wiggins and Kel Ware out due to injuries still. They'll probably be back soon, but hopefully we could get them back sooner than expected. But with the starting five, Kevin Love only played 10 minutes. He had 2 3-pointers. He only had 2 rebounds with 6 points. So didn't really put that much into it in his playing time. But Bam, 43 minutes, 11 for 21, only 1 for 5 from 3, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. Like I have mentioned, he needs to up that to try to get to anywhere from 8 to 10. It looks like he's being more aggressive now and trying to get into the paint, try to draw some fouls. He did have 13 rebounds and he had 29 points. So way for the captain to lead the way there. Davon Mitchell, 3 for 9, 1 for 2 from 3. I feel like he needs to be at least shooting 3 to 4 3-pointers a game to try to give us more of a chance. He did have 10 assists, so he was playmaking out there, and we really needed a point guard that can actually playmake, that it doesn't have to be Tyler Hero all the time. So that was a good asset for us to get in the trade deadline. He only had 7 points, but then Tyler Hero, he went 9 for 21, 4 from 8 from 3, 50% from the 3-point line. He has 6 rebounds, 7 assists with 22 points. So Hero did his thing as well. But when you only got 2 starters putting up double digits and no one else is, and you look to the bench with Duncan Robinson, yes, he put up 15 points, 4 for 7 from the 3-point line. So he did his job, but we need other players to contribute and actually be putting up 10 or more points in a game if we expect to win. I know there was a little controversy at the end of the game where we could have won the game, or we could have gone to the free throw line and try to make some free throws to tie the game up and to go overtime. But we really can't be relying on that. We got to have our players play some great defense throughout the whole game. Yes, sometimes it's gonna get messed up, but we gotta play great defense altogether. And then on the offensive side, we gotta have more players that are contributing to scoring the rock, because we can't just have 2 of our starters scoring above 20 points and everybody else is under 10 points except for 1 player off the bench. But nonetheless, Spo addressed it at the end of the game here. While he, quote unquote, he says, we did not execute and get what we wanted. With that being said, Bam got fouled. League, don't find me. I'm not doing historians. I'm fully in control. At any point of the game, that's a foul. In the first quarter, that's a foul. So what Spo is talking about here, if you guys did not watch the game, at the end of the game, Bam had a shot to try to put the team up by 1 point to try to win the game. He shot a 3-pointer over Julius Randle, and Julius Randle was a little bit too close to him. It looked like it was a foul. To a lot of us Heat fans, we feel like it was a foul. To head coach Erik Spoelstra, he feels like it was a foul, but the referees did not call it, so the game ended right there. Now, I do agree with Spo. I feel like at any point in the game, first, second, third quarter, they probably would have called that a foul. Since it was at the end of the game, and Bam is not that great of a 3-point shooter, and he's not that great of a clutch shooter to actually put us over a team to win the game, I feel like the NBA refs know that, and they're going to use that into the consideration of actually calling a call instead of calling a call because there's literally a foul happening. But again, like I mentioned, we shouldn't be putting ourselves in that situation anyways. We should be up front, winning these type of games by 5, 6, 7 points. Yes, again, we did not have Andrew Wiggins, that he gives us at least 18 points a game right now. Kel Ware, that he gives us at least 9 to 10 rebounds a game to get us in more positions to actually score the rock, while he can also put up 5 to 10 points a game. So if we had those two players in the mix for this game, I feel like we probably would have won by 6 or 7 points. So when we get the whole team healthy, with the way that they have been playing after the All-Star break, it's very exciting for us Heat fans moving forward. Yes, we're still going to be a play-in team. I don't think we'll probably get to that 6th spot with how Detroit is playing and they keep stacking up wins while we win one, lose one, win one, lose one. We need to get on a like 5 to 6 to 7 game win streak to actually try to get in that 6th spot. But there's still a lot of good things that come out of what have we been watching for the last few weeks from the Heat. And Erik Spoelstra makes it known right here as well. Quote, I really commend our guys laying it all out there, really competing, making great efforts, inspiring to watch. Even with this result, I hope Heat Nation and Heat fans can appreciate how hard our guys are competing. We ain't going nowhere. We're going to get this right. Now, that last part, I don't really know if we're going to get this right because we need some type of big time scoring, consistent scoring off of the bench, assuming that our players are healthy, Andrew Wiggins, Kel Ware, and the whole starting 5 unit. Our players that come off the bench, they need to be scoring at will consistently if we really want to try to make a deep run into the playoffs, which is probably going to be hard. I don't really think that's going to happen, but try to make the play in, try to get into the playoffs, play the 1 or the 2nd seed, and try to do some work. But I do agree with the first part that he's saying. Our play on the offensive end and the defensive end has been very good lately. Again, after the All-Star break, it's like our whole dynamic changed, and we are fighting every single second of every single game. Yes, it sucks that we can't be consistent when it comes to the 4th quarters and how good we're playing on offense and how good we can play together as a team throughout all 4 quarters on defense, keeping that chemistry alive, keeping that intensity alive so we can have hope and actually win against some games like this one against the Minnesota Timberwolves, above 500 team. When we're beating good teams like that, it gives us a lot of positivity, a lot of momentum moving forward to the next game. So like I mentioned, if we could keep our players healthy, keep them playing up to this type of NBA basketball, this type of Miami Heat culture basketball that we have been playing these last few weeks, we can actually do some work. And tonight, we go up against the Chicago Bulls. Bulls are the 10th seed right now. They're a team that is looking to make the play-in. They can fall short if the Nets and other teams that are under them can gather some wins and take them out. But it looks like the Chicago Bulls are going to solidify that 10th or 9th seed, depending on how they play for the rest of these last few weeks. And we're going up against them. We're hosting them at home. We're a pretty good home team. Chicago is not a very good team, so I can see the Heat actually winning this game if we come out with the same intensity we did yesterday, play great defense altogether, and try to get some more scoring from the starting 5 unit and the bench players. So if we're able to gather this win, we'll be in the win column with 30 wins, 33 losses. We'll be behind the Detroit Pistons with 5 games. We would need to hope that the Pistons will lose a great amount of games moving forward to try to get that 6th spot or try to play against the New York Knicks in the first round. But it seems like we're going to stay at the 7th spot. We're going to play the play-in. We're going to host our first play-in game. Assuming that we win that, we would go up against the Boston Celtics, and which is our big-time rival. They're a very good team, reigning NBA champs. It's going to be hard for us to beat them. And just we just got to be glad that we're getting into the playoffs. But for now, man, We just got to keep playing the way that we've been playing the last few weeks. Get some more scoring from the benches. Get from our bench. Get some more scoring from the starting unit other than Bam and Tyler Hero. And keep playing all around Miami Heat great defense throughout all fourth quarters. For Heat Digest, I'm George Michael Perez, a.k.a. G Mike, and we'll see you on the next one.